and they do.
They've been watching last night's game, haven't they? And decided they're not going to let any singles go missing. And there was a triangle of fielders converging on that ball. Still couldn't stop the second run. That was a good run, especially in light of what we saw last night.
Yep.
They were probably 12 runs short, and that could have been the game for them last night.
It could have made all the difference.
Yeah.
And ended up losing with one ball to spare. Again, the line is a pretty good one as that ends the first over. And Chrissy Fornelia, it's 3 without loss.
Yeah, watchful start. We saw a nice forcing shot off the back foot, and then that sweep that got past the fielder at square leg, and a nice cut shot that came down towards our commentary position. But yes, I like the look of Tishon Castro, really attractive looking batsman with nice all-round shots. He could be a real danger.
Well, of course, his partner at the other end is Luke Ali. And you were talking about that sort of square drive where you open the face. So I'm sure he'll try to complement Castro as best as he possibly can. But of course, it's always about taking care of your end of the bargain first up. But if we could work in tandem to benefit the team, then so be it. And just as Mr. Rooks was saying, we have a trial run. just to get the blood flowing.
We'll catch up with the bowler in a second.
Again, pitching up and going just outside the off stump, having a big drive at it, but not able to do it. Terrence James pitching up there to begin with. So here's a bit of a non-starter that the umpire had his hands out. I don't know if he saw the batsman move, but the batsman was really charging the bowler. And they probably just caught the umpire off guard there.
That's Darren Coppin at that end. You know something, we haven't named the end. Well, I mean, this is Digger Martin Main Road end, isn't it?
That's a little bit too wide. I just go with the northern end and the southern end. So this would be the northern end that he's bowling from now, Terrence James.
I'm going to go with the road, seeing as we've mentioned it a few times. Let's hope we don't mention it tonight. Well, only in as far as we don't want any accidents out there.
And we don't want any of our balls going into a car and taking a ride downtown. That's a good shot. Just coming onto the front foot, not going to get a boundary. And again, the fielding is spot on. That's attacking the ball and releasing the ball quickly.
He still managed to come back for a second. So right away, this team has decided they're going to run their runs quickly.
And that's powerfully hit. That's going to take some catching up too. And he does well. Again, brilliant in the field. They think for a moment of the second run, and then they decided against it. So excellent work in the outfield so far from the Northside Future Stars.
And a good arm as well. He was almost on the boundary rope when he threw that in. It came back over the stumps, and nice to see the bowler behind the stumps, not hanging around anywhere.
I'm not sure what the bowler is, or maybe the return just probably caught him in the wrong part of the hand. He just seems to have just stung his hand a little bit. You could see him now checking to just ringing it to make sure that it is okay. See if all the fingers are there.
Yeah, it was a stinger, wasn't it?
But again, these two are doing well. They're trying to ensure that they keep the rotation going. 8 without loss, 4 and 3 respectively to go with a wide. Castro it is. And he's edging this one just past the man at that short third man down to the boundary for 4. Again, Fornelia was in the business there for a while, but it just kept curling away from him. And it goes to 4. So that puts them into double figures. 12 without loss now after 2. Castro it is. He's edging this one just past the man at that short third man down to the boundary for 4.
Here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversation. What about the connection with you and your team members?
It's top priority for me to have that clear understanding of who my team members are and building connections with them to ensure that they carry out the vision of what we are trying to achieve as a team, realizing opportunities for both the clients and ourselves.
GMMB.
It's banking for you.
Continues from that southern end, or the road end, as Mr. Rooks likes to call it.
Yeah, Digger Martin Main Road. Everyone knows where it is, don't they? I mean, it's a busy little road.
Yep. We still have communities further up. This one was overpitched and probably not taking full advantage of it. They'll look at the height, I'm sure, to see again the return is a bullet return and not taken cleanly by the bowler, but what a return coming out of the deep there by Ramdu. Kyle Ramdu rocketing that return. And he's not doing any camera work with us tonight, but he's out there in the middle having a go. And again, having a real almighty swoosh there, Ali. Generous flight, which is good to see. Fornelia not afraid to give it some air. That's well played. And again, they go for the thing and they get 4 runs. Well, what a bad miss. And then he holds his, well, I thought he was holding his back, but he was feeling for the rag. But that really was a bad miss there. He had it covered, Junior James. And then for whatever reason, he just took his eyes off of it.
Yeah, slightly embarrassing, isn't it, when that happens? Kendall Gera just gives a clap of the hands and reminds him, hey, tighten up.
That'll be the last time. This one goes in the air. Now he gets a chance to redeem himself. And he does well, because the ball, for a moment there, it was making that little turn. He was going right, it was going back left. And he had to make a quick adjustment.
Almost goalkeeper-like, just said, it's not getting past me, this one.
Put that left hand out and stopped it. And there it is again. The bowler started to advance, the batsman rather, started to advance, and the umpire probably thought he wasn't ready. And again, nice little loop, and ends the over. 3 completed, it's 19 now without loss.
Nice looking shape from Quasi Fornelia, I think. And he's not afraid, as you say, Ruskin, to give it a bit of flight.
Yeah, he's pretty generous with his flight. And speaking about flight, you would have been happy to see the display by England over South Africa today.
Well, it was a long time coming, wasn't it?
Yeah, how do you make 302 runs in 20 overs?
Possibly the less said about that series, the better.
Teams don't even make 250 in 50 overs.
I mean, they have put on some incredible scores in that series.
304 for 2.
Yeah.
And really sending a message there. England.
Oh, down
the track. He comes again, and this 2 could run away for 4. I don't think they're going to catch this one. And a nice 4 to mid-wicket.
It's nice that the conditions are really even. We see that, it's night number 3, game number 3, and the thing that we said from the very get-go is if you hit this along the ground, you're going to get value for shot. That one bobbled a couple of times, but once it picked up pace, it doesn't slow up.
And again, this one is just over the head. That would have been a brilliant catch indeed. Just an inch or two too short. And that just sails over his head there at wideish mid-on. Down to the boundary at long on for 4 more. So Ali starting to open his shoulders a little bit more now. He's up to 18, 27 without loss in over number 4.
Yeah, innings just beginning to take shape here. 4, 6, 8. I like the even numbers for some reason. I like to see what's happening after 4, 6, 8. And then you come up to the halfway mark at 10. These are little bite-sized chunks that you can manage.
And again, he's going after this one, but this time doesn't make contact, but you could see the intent there. Once it's pitched up in his arc, he is going for it. So the man with a license to shoot. And again, this one is high in the air, but that too is going to sail over the fence for a KFC maximum. The first of the evening. So Luke Ali not wasting any time here at all. You pitch it up, he's giving you the charge. And if you pitch it short, well, he's not afraid to pull it through the onside.
Yeah, you'd have had to have had a man standing right on the boundary to collect that one.
And again, Ali has that penchant to want to come down the wicket and give the bowler a charge there.
Yeah, you've got someone coming at you as you go in to deliver. You probably decided on the way, when you turn for your run-up, what you'd like to do. You gather yourself, you get ready, and then you want to deliver, and then all of a sudden you have to change it up.
And now in the party there is Tishon Castro wasting no time at all to follow Ali's lead, and he smashes that one away through mid-wicket for 4 more.
He really clubbed it, didn't he?
Yeah, similarly, he too is advancing down the wicket. So that ends the over. Another productive one for them, and at the end of 4:38 without loss.
Having that family lime at home, that cookout by the river, or you're just feeling to bubble up on? Then Cans Poultry and Meats Limited has got you covered for all your meaty needs. Whether it be chicken, beef, steak, lamb, or even seafood, check Cans. They even have seasoning and condiments to complement your dish. So if you're looking for top quality meats at prices that wouldn't bust your pocket, then come on in to Cans today at any of their convenient locations.
Nice start, sorry.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Tishon Castro, 12 off 10. But it's Luke Ali who's been able to free his arms up. 25 off 14, 38 without loss after 4. Nice look to the start of this innings.
So we have a change in the bowling there now. Andre Medina is the new bowler. Obviously, they're not happy with that start that the Savannah boys are having here now. So they're trying to see if they could curb it. And that's going to take some doing. A little bit of a bubble in the field there. But again, Castro was quickly off and running. So even though there was the misfield and a good recovery, he was pretty much 3/4 of the way through by the time the throw was on its way. So he now comes on strike here, Tishon Castro. On 12 from 10. And plays it back, and it's well taken. Brilliant caught and bowled there by Andre Medina. His second delivery, a single and a wicket. Cricket is easy, isn't it?
And he takes the big scalp, doesn't he? If you're going to put someone out early, get the danger man. Hit not with the force that he wanted. It again just got up a little bit higher, and he was looking to drive it actually. He got a little bit higher on him, and he just punched it back defensively almost, and into the hands of Medina.
So Naresh Prasad is the new batsman. 39 for 1. A good start, you must say. We're only in the 5th over. Those two are going around nicely.
Yeah, Ali's on 26 or 15, so there's the man already in. You'd expect that he can stay in for a couple of overs and tick things over whilst Prasad gets settled. No disaster, just one down.
Yeah, and that's what you always said. You probably allow for 2 wickets in the power play. You don't want a third, and God forbid you don't want a 4th and 5th. But you'll be happy with one, especially if you're getting runs. Although England got 100 in their power play today. And that's a nice shot to free his arms early, but he can't get it through.
I like how some of the teams have employed this arc here.
3 men behind the bat on the offside. Short third man, widest third man, a backward point and a square point.
And you got the extra cover as well, the big fella there, Kendall Guerra.
And can't get the single, and good attacking again. I thought they didn't get it. They just seemed to go right through the wicketkeeper's gloves.
Luckily, there was a man backing up. And I think possibly he felt, let me just tell him I can get this in. And there's a man backing up, so I can run that risk. If there wasn't a man there, he probably wouldn't have thrown that in.
Again, trying to manufacture a quick run, and they do get it. So, good anticipation there. As soon as he saw that it wasn't an attacking shot, he started to advance down the wicket, and by the time the fielder got to the ball, Ali was almost completely through the single.
Yes, it's taking the pace off, isn't it, the batsman? Just taking enough pace off the ball, so by the time it gets to the fielder, you're almost at the other end.
Ali's again trying to have a go at the bowler there, but a good first over from Medina. At the end of it, 40 for 1 now after 5.
Who's it that's calling for something? He's not calling for his cap, or is he? We had enough of that last night. Yeah, he is. I would be pleased at having seen the back of Tishon Castro. Not only that, you got away with whatever it was that he put on the board, and he's already in the hutch. So at least you've got that one out of the way. Your next target is now Ali, because he's already faced 16, he's on 26. You don't want that getting too big. You don't want him up to 35 or 40 with the corresponding number of balls only going up to about 20. Once he starts doubling up, then it's out of your hands. He's gotten away from you. So try and keep him contained. Target him, I would say. See if you can see the back of him early.
Well, this has taken a while. He's trying to make sure that the fielders are absolutely corrected. So the skipper's decided he's been very meticulous, about where he wants his players.
He's decided that the end that he wants to bowl from is the northern end.
So Kendall Guerra comes into the attack now. Obviously would love to pick up early wickets. And I think that passed him on the full there, so he was lucky to get that one past the bat. Nice low full toss there, but a big swing.
Got away with that.
Pitching up again, and again unable to take full advantage of it, but at least he's been able to get off strike, give the strike back to Luke Ali. He's on 26.
Yeah, Ali is already with his eye in.
And again reaching for that one, and advancing down the wicket once more. And I'm trying to remember which international cricketer, see who does that repeatedly. Is it Shubman Gill? He likes to walk down the wicket, try to shorten the distance between him and the bowler.
Oh.
And I think trying to change it up there, he obviously was anticipating another charge from Ali. And Guerra just trying to anticipate what the batsman would do. Try to probably go past him. Again, another big swing and a miss there. So Guerra not doing too badly, just the wide, but just the one run and the wide delivery so far in this over. It's not lightning fast, he doesn't have express pace, but he mixes up his deliveries quite nicely. And once that is hit, that is gone. That's a magnificent shot right into the fence on the side screen there. And that is a KFC maximum, the second of the evening.
Yes, our cameraman was in danger there for a while, wasn't he? Here it goes.
Actually,
that was
that's
earlier.
one from
That was
earlier,
earlier.
yep.
Yeah. That one nearly unsettled our cameraman at the top there. There it comes, almost into.
Another wide delivery. Again, you see, he's hiding the ball umps. But of course, he sees that Ali wants to walk down the wicket to him. So he's trying to push it and go past him out wide outside the off stump. Have him fetch it. There he goes with this one, but the result is the same. It's on the offside this time, over the long off, down to the boundary for 4 more. So 50 is on the board, 53 for 1 now at the end of that over. 6 completed, the power play is up, and after 6, it's 53 for 1.
Truth be told, here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. It seems to me there's a power in listening. It seems like that is a part of the mandate.
Of course. We need to listen to our clients. We need to hear what they need. We need to hear that they are satisfied, they are loved, they are feeling that JMMB culture.
JMMB.
It's banking for real.
To think about just dropping it that little bit shorter. It's a bouncy wicket. You know, you've got someone stepping forward. Just give them a little bit. See if they can deal with it. We did see a couple last night that worked well.
I think we've seen that some bowlers like to bang it into the pitch and then see how it responds off the wicket. And but I think what especially in Guerra's case, he really doesn't have just that extra yard apiece, you know, and I think he's probably a little bit fearful that because of that lack of pace, the batsman can still get under him and feast. But you see what happens. Medina is going to continue. He had a wicket in the second ball and almost got another one there, just trying to nibble it out there. Prasad.
Get the feeling that Prasad has actually been out there longer than he has. He's only faced 6 deliveries. It feels longer.
Yeah, he's filling a critical role here. Number 3 batsman is a crucial batsman on any team. And that's going right through the legs, and that too is going to go down to the third man boundary, and that's 4 runs. But again, that's part of the mixed bag that we've seen. We've had some brilliant fielding, and then we've had some real howlers, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, that was one in particular there. It's one square, and then that one, maybe short third man, call him.
And he's deliberately placed there, so the field was set. It's just that it went right through him, and he didn't have the barrier down in time. And again, stroked nicely out in the deep, a little bubble, and they're going back for the second run. And again, the return is a nice, powerful one from Ramdu, but the batsman are able to complete 2.
Yeah, whenever you've got to run around to pick up, it goes out into the deep, in particular that far in the deep, then there's a second run on, despite the fact that he's pretty quick along the ground, Ramdu.
Trying to just feather it on the left-hand side, maybe just trying to get it over that short, fine leg, but missed it completely there. Prasad, Nourish Prasad, 8 from 9. And again, with that big open space there on the onside, a single is on almost every time. And that's without taking any risk. You don't have to go across the line, just nudge the ball and run. And if the bowler doesn't go after that, because all the fielders are out on the fence, you could probably get 2 runs inside of there if you hit it well enough. Even if the bowler has to run, a good 30 meters away from the wicket. And again, but that was probably too well played. You can't try and force a second run out of that. But that time, you could see Ali just leaning on that one to play through the onside. That's the end of the 7th over. At the end of it, 61 for 1.
Yeah, nice shape taking place with this inning. 61 for 1 after 7. I'd like to see Prasad getting on with a bit, because as Ruskin Mark was saying, you get given the number 3 spot because the likelihood is you're the best bat on the team. They want to take the sting out of the opening bowlers, and then should a wicket go down, okay, you can pick things up by bringing in your best bat. Or if you've got 2 who are going great guns and then you get a wicket falling, then you bring in another big gun, actually your best shot to take the innings on. So whichever way you look at it, when number 3 comes in, there should be some firepower. There are 9 off 10. Well, it's not doing it yet.
And again, Guerra, just that lack of pace. He's just quick enough to keep you honest, but he's not quick to scare you, if you know what I mean. But
well, you go out there for a couple of balls, Ruskin. see if he scares you or not.
I don't think he will scare me a little bit. And again, wide though, but you could see Ali trying to really hike that one away. No, that was I had a sort of a principle when I play cricket. I always say if I'm going to stay in the hot sun for this length of time, when I get a chance to bat, you better believe that I am going to bat. Down the wicket he comes again and strokes this one nicely. This should be too easily, and that it is. So good running once again, which has been a feature of this inning so far.
There was a bit of fire on that coming in from the boundary as well, wasn't there? You saw Alguera just put his hand out and he said, I'm going to leave that for the guys who are backing up.
And he's left-handed too. So take that hand out of the way. And, so he's trying to mix up his deliveries here, but he knows Ali is hunting. Again, going wide. Just good, sensible bowling. He knows the batsman is giving him the charge. He's trying to, he knows if he goes onto his legs, it's going to be a wide. So he's keeping it just outside that off stump.
You know, I might, despite the fact that he hasn't got, you know, express pace, I might still have a go at something short.
And again, the appeal for ABW, and he's out. He went right across the stumps. And Ali goes for 39. And a good enterprising innings comes to an end.
I like the pose from the big man. Just as I was saying, he could pitch it short. He pitched it right up.
Yeah, you miss, I hit.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
if anything, it might have just been pitching in line with the leg stump.
That's one. Yeah. Absolutely right.
Might have been just going in there. And
Yeah.
well, we don't have VAR, so we can't be too picky.
No,
Right,
I think
64 for 2.
I think you've picked it well. There's the pose. Oh, I don't know what it is. We'll have to ask him. But yes, that looked as though it was homing in on leg.
Yeah, there's the big man with the big number making his way out. Varun Ramnarayan.
Yeah, I had a chat with him at the toss. I think they would have liked to have bowled first. That's what happens when you are unlucky and you lose the toss. You lose that option, and it was the big fella who's bowling now, Kendall Guerra, who got to choose. They've already been introduced once this evening. They can reacquaint themselves now because Guerra it is who's going to bowl to Ramnarayan. That's his first delivery coming up.
Yep, Ramnarayan with those black gloves, almost like a boxer, stepping into the ring. See what kind of a punch he has. And that's a good delivery. Going for a single, could be in some problem. That is not the time to loop the return in. That required a real bullet-like return. And you didn't have to throw it hard in the sense that you just had to use your wrist to get it into the keeper. And he somehow, and he missed the wicketkeeper by a mile. As we say, a country mile. Look at it again. Look at where he's going. He's so far out. And the return is way over the keepers. And they get the overthrow. Well, they get the run eventually.
Well, that is Prasad's call. And he decided that he was going to run to the danger, and he didn't fancy it.
And he's going with him again. That's a brilliant shot for 4. Very well played there by Naresh Prasad with Ali out of the way. He has decided he will take center stage, and he cracks that for a boundary. 69 now for 2 after that brilliant shot.
At the end of over number 8 is 69 for the loss of 2. 69 for the loss of 2.
Here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. How important is it for the client to be recognized and not to feel invisible, to feel like just a number?
At GMMB, everybody is seen as an ideal, important client. And we give everybody the same level of respect, the same level of acknowledgement, and we deal with you to suit based on that vision of love.
GMMB.
It's banking for you.
9 for 2. And remember, in their power play overs, they got to 53 for 1. So this is about the time they're trying to probably see if they could kick on here now as we get close to that halfway stage.
Yeah, Ramnaraine's in the unfortunate position of being expected to really get on with it because, in all honesty, Passad, who's already faced 11, he's on 13. Need to get that going as well.
And a little turn there, just kind of had him a little flummox. He was hoping it would continue going with the arm so he could just open the face and run, but just a little bit of purchase out of the wicket, not prodigious turn by any means. Quicker, well bowled, and good variety here from Guerra. 1 for 21. He's in his third over now. Got a wicket with his second ball. And there's a loud appeal, but not out, says the umpire. That might have just been pitching probably outside the leg stump, and although it might have eventually hit the wicket, let's see exactly where it pitched. And so again, probably height as well. Kind of jumped at him a little bit. And straight as a pin there. Keeping it in front of him. Ramnaraine not able to get it away as easily as he would like. 6 balls faced, just the 1 run so far. And a nice change of plans there. He started to come with a big hee-ho, and then at the last minute, he just dabbed it and ran it down to third man, picked up a couple.
Yes, it was a delicate little touch, wasn't it, for a big fella.
Yep, 9 overs completed now, so at 71 it is at the end of 9. So 71 for 2 now after 9.
Just a nice little dab. That's a nice over from Medina. Just keeping things in check here. We've got one more over before the halfway point, and then we'll have a little think about where this one may be going.
Period to assess and or kind of reiterate the plans or make new plans.
Got someone, new bowler coming on from the northern end. Can't see who it is from here. Can't make out his number, but Sachin, did he say?
So we'll see the new bowler coming on to bowl wearing the number 30, and that's Padilla. Trevor Padilla.
Okay.
So Trevor Padilla, number 30, is going to try his luck here now. And right on target, first up. And Passad can't get him away, but you know Passad is probably going to have a dip at some point. He's not going to let him just ring his arm over and not respond. Let's see when that response comes. And there it goes, and he just threw the bat at it. Luckily, it jumped and missed everything. I'm not sure if he got a touch, but we'll see from the umpire if it buys or if there was a run. He did get a touch, so that took it away from the keeper, and it just jumped suddenly. Yes, and it just went away from the keeper. And so I just sensed that he wasn't going to allow him to just come and put it down in front of him, and he didn't have a response. Luckily for him, he got a big enough edge. And again, that's hit nicely into the gap, and that is going to run down to the point region. And, but just a one run, but you could see him sitting back and waiting for it. Lack of pace.
Yeah, and too short as well. Plenty of time to see that. He just picked out the man in the deep, and there's just that man at deep cover, that's it. Either side of him.
And again, a single every time. And once you turn it and you get it off the square, you're almost guaranteed a run. So good sensible cricket there from Ramnarine, giving the strike back to Prasad. He's up to 16 now from 14. 75 for 2. We have 2 legal deliveries left in this over number 10 to get us to the halfway stage. Trevor Padilla. A slight adjustment. This is interesting. The deep square leg, there's no backward square, but it's just a square leg. And here they're just appealing, but I think that was just pad. Just as we were talking about that, he bowled a ball, a short ball that could easily have been put away down behind square.
Ramp or the sweep here. Masses of room.
And again, he was trying to go easily. That was a single. And but for whatever reason, Ramnarine wasn't too interested in running, sent him back. So the over comes to an end. We're at the halfway stage. 75 for 2 now. Prasad is 16 and Ramnarine is 4.
Having that family lime at home, that cookout by the river, or you're just feeling to bubble up pot? Then Cans Poultry and Meats Limited has got you covered for all your meaty needs. Whether it be chicken, beef, steak, lamb, or even seafood, check Cans. They even have seasoning and condiments to complement your dish. So if you're looking for top quality meats at prices that wouldn't bust your pocket, then come on in to Cans today at any of their convenient locations.
Here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. What about the connection with you and your team members?
It's top priority for me to have that clear understanding of who my team members are and building connections with them to ensure that they carry out the vision of what we are trying to achieve as a team, realizing opportunities for both the clients and ourselves.
GMMB.
It's banking for real.
Truth be told, here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. It seems to me there's a power in listening. It seems like that is a part of the mandate.
Of course. We need to listen to our clients. We need to hear what they need. We need to hear that they are satisfied, they are loved, they are feeling that JMMB culture.
GMMB.
It's banking for real.
Here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. How important is it for the client to be recognized and not to feel invisible, to feel like just a number?
At GMMB, everybody is seen as an ideal, important client. And we give everybody the same level of respect, the same level of acknowledgement, and we deal with you to suit based on that vision of love.
GMMB.
It's banking for real.
They want to get the inside information. You go to the real source, the team members. Let's hear what they're saying.
One of the joys that I have is calling someone and telling them you have that approval. We want to know our clients. The attention that we give the client feels that warmth.
We help you, the customer.
We are here to help you, achieve your dreams.
Client succeeding, it has helped the bank to succeed.
Lots of great information here. And yes, GMMB is a real bank.
Welcome you back here. Let me again thank our sponsors, KFC, JMMB, Cans Poultry, Blue Waters, Dixie, Black and White Scotch Whisky, Beckles Environmental Services, and Lion Brand from the National Flour Mills Limited. And of course, our production is from Cricket 360. So we're at the halfway stage. Mr. Rooks, where are we now? How do you see it?
If they get the timing right here. Even if they double the score, that's 150. So 150 is at the start point. You can't really score less than that and hope to win. You step it up to 160, 165 we saw last night. There was still a successful run chase. So really, you're looking at 170 plus. And in order to get that, they've really started, got to get going. Naresh Prasad is 16 off 16. You've had your time out in the middle. You need to get going now, because one of the things that's been taken out of the equation is the quick single. You saw that with Ram Narayan. He's not up for the quick singles. He's slightly heavier set. So the really quick running between the wickets you're not going to get.
Kyle Ramdu picking up the attack now. And that one is over the head of the short fine leg, and that's 4 runs. As easy as you like it.
And that's what you're going to get with Ram Narayan. You don't have to worry about him running a single. What you have to be concerned about is where you're going to put your fielders, because he's going to club you.
Really a real gift there on the body.
Yeah, come on, Kyle.
Just hiked it over the short fine leg. And again, he's gone past third man, and that too is going to run away for 4. So that's more like it. And you were just saying that the big fella is not in the quick single business.
Doesn't need to be if he can hit it to the boundary. He doesn't even have to leave the crease, does he?
Yeah, there's just enough pace on it that he can use Ramdu's pace against him.
Yeah, and the other thing that you have is that really lovely quick outfield. Once that gets going, it doesn't stop.
So the Northside Future Stars, who won the toss and opted to field first, leaking a couple boundaries here in over number 11. The pair tent and scaffolding, Northside Future Stars.
Nowhere to go from a scaffolding then.
Yeah, and again, that one is hit square. He mightn't get a boundary here. In fact, he gets a boundary. Once again, the ball just doing a little dance there. He was coming to the right and the ball was going to the left. And voila, it somehow ended up going past Sukwa, Jesse Sukwa, for the second time. Ends up with egg on his face as he put the barrier down, but the ball moved past him. And it went through for 4 runs. I think they're going to have a lot to laugh about that in the dressing room later. But that's 3 deliveries, and that's 3 consecutive 4s. And cannot make it 4 in a row, though, but he will get a single. And I would imagine Kyle Ramdu must be breathing a huge sigh of relief there.
Yeah, because that one should have gone as well. That was too short.
And there's that off break that just eluded him there. Good. What you're feeling in those positions, you have to be aware of that. Once it keeps hitting the turf, it's going to keep spinning.
A rare dot.
Yep, it's even better from Ramdu now. He's getting the radar is coming in there. As I say, the range is a little bit better. This time he used too wide. And he'll have to bowl that again. And this is brilliantly done indeed, because he went right up to him this time. A big almighty swing there from Prasad. Luckily, it missed the stump, but he missed everything there. And he almost gave it away there. So 89 for 2 now after 11.
He's not firing on all cylinders here, is he, Naresh Prasad? Your number 3 has faced 18 balls, and his return for you is 16 runs. You know, run a ball is not going to do it. You've got to be in the plus. And if you go lower down, you get to 7, 8, or 9, and they come up with a runner ball, then you pat them on the back. But your top order bats, especially the number 3, he's got to start finding the boundaries. Luckily for them, you've had Varun Ramnarayan, who smacked a few. He's 17 off 12, the big fella.
Yeah, he's decided this singles thing is not for me. Let's see if I could deal in some boundaries here.
And he's on strike.
Yep, he had 3 in a row.
It's Padilla again from the northern end.
And again, trying his best to heave it through the onside. And this could be interesting. If he gets it to the bowler, he could be out. And does it hit the stump? Well. Had it struck the stump, he should be out, because unless the bowler's hand also hit the stump. But that was very interesting indeed, and we were just talking about that quick single stuff is not going to work. I don't know why Ramnarine was chasing going down there. But it would be interesting to see that again, because I thought the ball ended up going back onto the stump, but it seemed like the bowler had removed the bail before. And again, he's not interested in that.
No, and Passard, as a number 3 bat, should realise very quickly that that little dab single is not on with his batting partner.
So he's on 16 now from 19. And this one is in the air. He could be out caught. It's a simple catch. As you like it. And he goes for 16, so the pressure was on. And a good breakthrough here for them. And certainly I'm sure they'll be happy with that.
There's the out. Big swing outside the off stump. Gets the outside edge of it. And the big fella down there took it really comfortably.
Yeah, he was right in behind it and took a good, comfortable catch in the end.
23.
And Diaz, Ramon Diaz.
Yeah, it just wasn't happening for him, was it, Passard? And that little bit of pressure told, they tried to take a second, or a single, it didn't work. Then he tapped it into the offside. Here is the incident you're talking about.
So let's see when the bails were removed.
Okay.
Because it would have been interesting, because I thought the ball hit the bowler and went back towards the stump, unless the stumps would have been broken before. And so it became a mute case after that.
Samir Ali was the incoming batsman. And, no harm done if this particular Ali can let loose, because in all honesty, it wasn't really happening for Passard tonight. He was taking up a few more balls than scoring runs, so maybe it wasn't necessarily the worst thing for there to be a change, and let's see what Samir can bring to the party.
Well, we already had Luke Ali, and now we have Samir Ali. But we still have Trevor Padilla. And this time the third man has gone back 3/4 of the years, right out on the boundary, is he? But called into action once again. The big fella, Mr. Diaz, who took that catch. Straight at him, didn't have to move left or right.
Ramnarine now takes up the reins, and a few big hits from him. We'll see him as the man in the driving seat to guide his team up to a big score.
And, again, good delivery, a little bit quicker as well, but I like his line. He's not too much towards middle stump at all. He's more outside the off stump, and asking them to fetch it outside there. And there it goes. This could be out. This could be a good catch. He drops it. Well. And that's Ramdu out there. He got his hands to it, and he couldn't hold on to it.
Couldn't see it.
So not going his way so far, and that one really should have taken it, although it ended up taking it so low down that when it dropped out, you have no chance to recover quickly. And so 92 for 3 now at the end of 12.
This one? No. Hey, look, KFC has an incredible promo.
I already had that for lunch.
Crunch whoever isn't on board. Order KFC's Mega 6 Bucket for only $115. KFC, it's finger licking good.
So 92 for 3, 12 completed. So we have 8 to go. And at this stage, they must be thinking, well, they have to be thinking 160 from here.
They can still do it.
Yep.
I mean, 3 down. Ramdu, by the way, was indicating after that drop catch that he'd lost it in the lights. And if you look at the angle,
he was looking straight at it.
Straight into the lights. It went pretty high, didn't it? So we might forgive him for that.
And here they go again, another quick single. And
quick single, you say, Ruskin?
Yeah, well, I use the word quick guardedly. And say a single.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yep. I would imagine Ramnarayan and quick is like an oxymoron.
Gives us a chance to have a look at Samir Ali. He just faced the one delivery so far.
1 from 1. And this time another big swing and a miss. A bye on this occasion, not taken cleanly by wicketkeeper Guerra, or rather by wicketkeeper Akil Guerra. So I think Ramdu has removed the hat, so he decided he's not going to do the Jeffrey boycott and decide to not bowl with the hat. And so far, so good. He hasn't been leaking boundaries. And just getting under it and helping it. Again, so Ramdu has come back quite nicely here.
So I'm okay with that last bit of fielding where he says, okay, take the one.
And there's a fielder out there to protect it, so using his fielders to his advantage. So just 4 runs off the over so far. 3 on the leg by. Can he finish up strong here? And does very well. A little bit of pace off and completes the over. So 96 for 3 now after 13.
Yeah, that was a better look from Ramdu, minus the hat. Seemed to work for him. Here we're going to go back to the northern end. He's bowled well down there.
Yeah, so Ramnarayan is on 21 from 18. Samir Ali taking a little while to get started, but hey, this is as good a chance as any for him to do so. Again, nice generous flight there from Padilla. And 1 for 7, he's in his 3rd over right now.
Yeah, he's really bowled well.
I like his line. He's outside the off stump, so they have to come out there and try to get him. And this time he's on the pass. He's going to have to hurry, but once he tumbles over like that, it allows Ali the opportunity to complete the single and bring the big fella back on strike, Ramnarayan.
Actually, they're both pretty big, you know.
But the bigger fella.
Yeah, the bigger of the bigs. Yeah.
And there goes the bat, And that is the wicket. He's bowled him. Well, the bat went flying all over the place. And but he was bowled. So Ramnarine goes for 21. And a big wicket for Padilla.
You see that once in a while, don't you? The bat going further than the ball. Had a huge swing at this. Ended up crashing into the stumps. And the ball disappearing somewhere down the leg side.
So jubilation for Padilla as he picks up his second wicket. And you look at it again. And the bat going one way, ball going onto the stumps, and the bails disturbed.
Gives a whole new meaning to throwing the bat at it.
So 97 now for 4. And it means striding out to the wicket, wearing the number 12, Rivaldo Ramlogan.
A bit of pressure now on the two batsmen because Samir Ali has faced 6 balls, so he's new to the middle. He's on 3. Ram Logan is coming out there to face his first delivery, and they find themselves at 97 for 4, 13.3 overs have gone. There's still a chance here, but they really have to pick up the pace. Now someone's got to find the boundary with regularity if they're going to get up to 160.
Let's see if Padilla could continue taking wickets. Ram Logan, I'm sure, will want to stop that trend. 2 for 8 so far. And again, good sensible running there, just placing the ball into the gap. As a batsman, you look for where the gaps are when you try to get the ball in there. If you go back to that England game today, they weren't looking for gaps. The only gaps they had was in the stands. And again, so he continues to bowl that line, to focus on that line. It's almost like he's just laser focused on just outside the off stump. And they're having a hard time catching up with him out there. But they are again too wide this time. And even though the batsman walked out there, the umpire wasn't as generous. Umpire Darren Coppin. And that's a good hit. And that is going, and it's gone. Another KFC maximum over up in cow corner. And not much Ramdu could do about that one. So to one delivery, he kind of came into the stumps. And he paid the price for it. So 105 for 4 now after 14.
Here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversation. What about the connection with you and your team members?
It's top priority for me to have that clear understanding of who my team members are and building connections with them to ensure that they carry out the vision of what we are trying to achieve as a team, realizing opportunities for both the clients and ourselves.
GMMB.
It's banking for you.
Kyle Ramdu is going to continue. Much improved over his second over after removing the cap and showing his afro. And, stuff that Rooks and I have no idea about. And again, just straying on the legs and paying the price again. That's 4 more. So just a little tickle there, and it goes down to fine leg. The This was the last ball of the previous over, and this is the first ball of this over. Both of them netting them 10 runs, tuck on another one. That's good cricket. Get to the ball quickly and release it quickly. But Ramdu is still persisting with that middle and leg stump line.
Kendall Guerra just helping out Ramdu with the field placings here, sending a man down onto the third man boundary. Almost, he's just a couple of feet in.
Again, a quicker delivery outside the off stump. Can't catch up with it. So varying his pace there a little bit. That's much quicker than the previous two. And again,
found his line now, hasn't he?
Yeah, Samir Ali is really swinging for the fences there, fencing there, but he's not able to catch up with them. And this time, once you drift into those legs, you really you're not giving yourself the best chance. And that has actually got a touch onto that again. So just pushing it away from the wicketkeeper. But look at the recovery there from third man back to outside the off stump, and that's where he's been having good success from Ramdu. Not for 24 from his 3, and after 15, now it's 112 for 4.
Yes, so they should manage 150 without too much trouble. It's whether they can have a few big overs to take them up to 160 plus. We saw 164 chased down successfully. It was they needed 165 to win. So we saw that chased down last night. And indeed on the opening day, we saw the first score chased down, and it was a bigger score, wasn't it? 190 or something?
Yep, it was a much bigger total that they had to get.
So the chasing team on both occasions have come out on top, and that's what the
189 for 6.
Yeah,
so they needed 190, and they got to 193 for 4.
North side are going to hope they're going to follow that.
Well, they have to find a way to get to this man, although they could say, well, look, let's just take what we get from him in his final over here now. 2 for 16. And Trevor Padilla. Again, doing very well, but probably should have stopped that. And then denied him the single.
Ramdu hasn't bowled out as yet, has he?
He's bowled 3.
And nor has Kendall Guerra. I think he may have at least another over.
Well, they still have Casey Funilia to come back.
Yeah, so it's not as though they're running out of bowlers who we haven't seen. They've got those to come and finish up.
Yeah, they've used 6 bowlers so far. This one is in the air. He could be out, caught on bowl. Padilla is under it, and he takes the catch. Well, Ali goes for 11, and it's 113 for 5 now.
Well, that's a real setback here. He'd faced a dozen deliveries, and the hope would have been that he would kick on and hit, club a couple of big ones, but wasn't to be.
It's that line, that constant off-stump line outside the off-stump, and they keep trying to hit it to the onside.
Oh.
Took it on the second attempt.
Juggled.
But it's a good catch. So he now has 3 wickets, 3 for 17. So this could be another turning point here. Ravindra Naidu is out there now. And they're going to need him to try to string together some kind of a partnership here, or even if he does it by himself with a few lusty blows. The overs are ticking over quickly. We're in over number 16 now, so there are 4 after this. In fact, we have 27 balls remaining. 27 legal deliveries, that is. And again, they're going onside with Padilla. And he won't mind that one bit.
150 is beginning to look a little bit
Challenging.
far off, yeah.
And it shouldn't be, because it's not like the ball is spinning and, jumping and
No
doing
demons.
stuff. Yep. It's just good line bowling here, and this time it's a little too wide, but I don't mind that. The idea is keep it outside the off stump. Let them invent shots. And right now they haven't been able to invent much. And he has 3 for 19 with 2 legal balls to complete his quota. And again, so they might just get a single. And again, Padilla's bowled beautifully so far. 3 for 20 with 1 ball to go.
He's going to end up with some of the best figures.
Well, we didn't get a car driving by, but we have a bike.
No protection.
And this one is hit hard. There's a man out there. Can he take the catch? And he does! Brilliantly done in the end. For a moment there, it didn't look like he was going to hold on to it, but he does. And Naidu goes for 1. And that's another wicket. 4 for 20 for Padilla. It's 116 now for 6 after 16.
Yeah, we haven't spoken about nails in the coffin yet, but I can see the hammer coming out. This was what they didn't need. Another wicket. He managed to haul that one in. It wasn't that difficult to catch, actually. So Padilla finishes off in style. Was that the last delivery? And he
4 for
ended
20.
with a wicket. Wow.
Yep.
He has got the best figures of the festival so far. We've got plenty of cricket to come. Got 4 for 20. That's
I'm
great.
sure we will see him again. This one. So Ramlal Ramlal is out there now.
He's come out there with his mobile phone.
He probably doesn't think he'll be out there long.
Just in case he gets an important call.
Yeah, he wants to make sure he could answer the call.
There are a couple of sports, by the way, that if you enter the playing area to compete with your mobile phone, you get disqualified.
Well, the last time I saw that was at a wind ball game I was playing in, and for precisely that reason, he had the phone clipped into his waist. And well, this was the Uncle Khaled's, and I asked him, I say, well, what happens if the phone rings? He said, let's hope not. And this one is also sailing away there. That has some legs. It could get to the boundary, and it does. He was chasing after it there, Diaz, but he couldn't catch up with it.
Ramdu has a little bit of a giggle. Diaz, once it got past him, he was struggling, wasn't he? Look.
Yep. And didn't really want to bend down there. And a little bit slushy out there as well, so he probably realized that he wasn't getting the traction that he needed.
Yeah, not the best footing.
Again, good delivery, pitching right up and not giving the batsman any opportunity to get under the delivery. So Ramlal, the new batsman. Just taking his guard all over again. So this is going to be a bit of an ask here now for them. 121, we're in the 17th over. And can he hit? And he's out, run out. Well. Ram Logan has to go. Good out cricket there on the part of Ramdu. He tracked it down quickly, picked it up, and got it back to the keeper in a flash. You could see Ram Logan was a little bit late in starting, and then he was struggling after that. No question at all. You don't need VAR for this one. It's just 121 now for 7. So Amir Ali is our new batter. Somebody, anybody. I think that's what they're crying out for here. Somebody's got to get a couple big ones. Again, just to give you an idea, it was 1 for 39, 2 for 64, 3 for 90, 4 for 97, 5 for 113, 6 for 116, and 7 for 121. This is where we are now. Can they, first of all, bat out their 20 overs? And more importantly, can they get close to 150? And again, good quick delivery just outside that off stump. And the batsmen seem very reluctant to really get after them outside there. And we'll be happy to take a quick single. So Ramlal it is, who is trying to get off the mark here now. 122 for 7. Ramdu looking to finish up here. Not for 30 so far. After conceding, 12 in the first 3 balls. And they go for 1, and really it should have been just the 1. But certainly a boundary there that they should never have had, and Ramdu's figures dented even more. He goes for not for 34 from his 4 overs, and at the end of 17, it is 126 for 7.
Truth be told, here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. It seems to me there's a power in listening. It seems like that is a part of the mandate.
Of course. We need to listen to our clients. We need to hear what they need. We need to hear that they are satisfied, they are loved, they are feeling that JMMB culture.
JMMB.
It's banking for real.
The number of errors that they've had in the field, the Northside Future Stars have gotten away with 126 for 7. That's a score that shouldn't scare them, because there have been a few that they should really have kept under control. At least 2 or 3 down in front of us here that went past fielders that had them covered.
So Cornelia is back, just as we suspected. And this one is hit in the air. he got a hand to it, but he pushed it over the bar and over the fence for 6. And that would have been Padilla out there trying to haul it in. And the KFC maximum, aided and abetted by the fielder there. And, nice pickup, and he might have done some damage to his leg there.
It's not a dissimilar shot that Joshua Davis got out to last night. Do you remember? That little, just didn't get enough.
Not a full swing.
Yeah.
This looks more serious than we thought.
I don't know, that's a I've got cramp kind of position. Trying to stretch it out.
So I don't know if now it's a bit soft out there, so I don't know if while he was landing after attempting to take the catch, there might have been a little give on the ground. And you look at the sole of his feet, how damp it is out there. There is some dew. So he might have just turned his ankle. But sometimes when you take off the shoe like that, that's probably the worst thing to do when you have a bruised ankle. You're probably better off just working with the boot on.
Okay, so I think he's told her that it's
a cramp.
Cramp. Yeah. You're not going to do that if you've got a twisted ankle.
You'll fall off. So they.
Mercifully, it doesn't look that serious. So maybe good news, and in a short while we'll see him back. Right, well, as he's receiving treatment, we're going to get back underway.
So he's off the field, the substitute. The 12th man is on. And again, driven nicely into the deep. That too is going to get close to the boundary.
Another man's pulled up with an injury.
So Ramdu decided to be cautious.
Who's that? Terrence James, is it?
Yeah, he had opened the bowling.
He's struggling down in front of us.
It's been a bit of an ask here. These conditions are challenging somewhat. And this one is gone. Can Ramdu get this one? And he does. He accepts it beautifully. Ali was trying to go, but this time going through the offside. He goes for 9. It's 134 for 8.
Kind of making up for that one that he put down. That was a much more difficult one than this. And as you say, he accepted that. Yeah, took it well. He saw that one.
So 134 for 8 now. And they're slip sliding away here.
Vijay
Timal
is up next. Making his way to the middle. 8 down. We haven't seen anyone bowled out, have we?
No, not
any
yet.
of the sides. I shouldn't have said that, should I? Because there's every likelihood that this is going to be the first. No one's really been able to crack on for them, and time's running out.
Yeah, the teams batting first have all used up their full quota. And that's one of the cardinal sins in limited overs cricket, not using the balls that are available to you. He's going to get some runs here immediately, Timal. And I think they're going to be happy with the 2 runs. Pushing the score on to 136 now for 8. We're in over number 18. 2 overs to come after this. So they need to really get a move on. There are 14 deliveries left in this innings. 14 legal deliveries.
Hit at the bottom of the bat there. It was an awful sound, wasn't it, really?
It's one of those shocking sounds. You feel it all up in your elbow when it hits the bottom of the bat like that. And Fanelli hasn't bowled badly. 1 for 20. And they want a single that's not there. And you could see his partner never moved. Ramlal was rooted to the ground. It's the end of the over 18 completed, and it's 136 for 8.
Having that family lime at home, that cookout by the river, or you're just feeling to bubble up pot? Then Cans Poultry and Meats Limited has got you covered for all your meaty needs. Whether it be chicken, beef, steak, lamb, or even seafood, check Cans. They even have seasoning and condiments to complement your dish. So if you're looking for top quality meats at prices that wouldn't bust your pocket, then come on in to Cans today at any of their convenient locations.
Even if you think about a runner ball from here, they get close to the 150 mark. So a couple of lusty blows should still see them over the 150 line, and that's, I think, there's a psychological thing in there as well.
So let's see if they're able to really do so and not waste any deliveries. Medina is back. Wrap up his overs.
1 for 12, really good.
So Ramlal needs to get something going here. And this could be interesting if you picked it up, but not able to do so. Guerra. Yeah, he's left-handed, but he's going to his right. Always a bit of a challenge. And the good news is that Padilla is up and walking, but still with probably a little bruise or a little cramp in the legs there, probably feeling the sting from it. But I'm sure if they ask him to bat, he'll be more than happy to come out there and swing the bat.
No quick singles, though.
Yep. Swing for the fences. And that's a quick delivery. Didn't miss by much. And Medina again mixing up those deliveries quite nicely. Almost got through Timar before you could get the bat down.
Really needed to be forward to that.
He's living a bit of a charmed life here. Has to be careful. So good over so far. 4 deliveries gone, just a 1 run. So Medina 1 for 13 from his 3 overs and 4 balls. Can he finish up strong now? Another play and a miss. So this is turning out to be an exceptional over when you consider they're in the hunt for runs. And this is the penultimate over of the innings. And can't get it away, can't get it off the square. And again, so that's the end of a brilliant over. He finishes with 1 for 13. And what a spell that has been. 19 gone.
Yeah, he could have used his feet a little bit there. It was just back of a length, and he didn't feel comfortable playing that length, so you had to change it up. Wasn't able to do that. Played it from the crease. And he used up quite a few deliveries in doing that. And we're here with 1 over left, 137 for 4. They're going to need something really special, which we haven't seen from them, if they're going to get up to 150. I can't see that happening now.
So when you consider Ramdu bowled out, Padilla bowled out, Medina bowled out, and Fonilia is going to try to finish up here as well.
What's he gone for? 1 for 20 off 3. That's not too bad, is it, really?
And once the fielders are nicely positioned like that, they won't mind the singles.
8 down. What have you got at the crease? 9 and 10? You know, shouldn't really scare you, should it? 9 and 10. Attempting a few lusty blows. You've got your men in the deep.
Well, this is the leg spinner is bowling to a left-handed batter. Can he clear the fence at backward square leg, maybe? This could be interesting if he picks it up and just not quickly enough. But not a bad effort in the field. Ramdu had it in his hands, and the return was low. But Guerra was able to remove the bails, but not in time.
You'd be happy with that as the bowling side, just 1.
And this one also out in the deep. Watch the spin, and he checked, because we saw that a couple of times already. The spin, they're not batting, but the spin is giving them trouble. So 3 deliveries gone, singles of every ball so far, and that's not going to hurt one bit. 140 for 8. And another single. And they'll be happy with those. Make it 141 now for the loss of 8 wickets, with 2 legal deliveries left in this over and in the innings. So the Northside Future Stars have done a very good job limiting them. And just as I say so, he uncorks a beauty, a KFC maximum over long on. And that will push them up to 147 now. So they're within reach out and touch me distance of the 150. And that's a big hit there from Ramlal. I'm sure they enjoyed that. Arrived just in time. So now, this might actually be a no ball if he bowled, because they bring in the long on, the third man rather, bringing him up, because they've pushed the long on back on the fence. They have a deep square, deep mid wicket, long on, long off, and a cover on the boundary.
Those are their 5.
And here they go again, and this again just knocking it down, so they get just a single from it. So just that's it. 149 for 8.
We'll see.
148 for 8.
Yeah, we'll see what we can find out about Padilla, and we'll come back to you when we've got that information. But here's Ruskin with a wrap-up on that innings. I just feel that 148 is not going to cut it, and the Northside Future Stars will be happy with the work that they've done. They never looked as though they were under any real threat. The 2 openers, however, once they had gone, their number 3, who was it that we were talking about? Their number 3 failed to crack on, and that really, put a damper on whatever drive they were having. Anyway, here's Ruskin, Mark.
So this is a quick look at how this innings unfolded, and that's an early wicket. The second delivery he was bowling there, caught and bowled Medina, and that accounted for Castro for 12, but Ali was dialing long distance and finding the boundaries at regular intervals, and this time he went right across the stumps and was LBW to Guerra for 39. That's Luke Ali. And just like that, they were able to find ways to keep the vice grip on, although there were a couple of big blows. Nice effort there on the part of Ramnarine to keep the scoreboard ticking over. A bit fortuitous as well. Not the best of fielding at times, but you could see what I mean by that, as that one just spun away from him. But this youngster came in, Padilla, and had a big impact on the game with his leg spinners. And this time he also accounted for Ramnarine for 21. And give him another one, caught on boulder. This is Samir Ali, caught on the second attempt there for 11. And this was a good catch, taken out in the deep here by James. That was Naidu. He went for 1, and nothing there. Diaz couldn't track that one down. And Ramdu doing very well indeed, picking it up, and had his man running short there. Logan run out for 13 by Ramdu. And try as they did to keep the tempo going. This was a near dismissal, but Padilla hurt himself with that effort. But there wasn't much to talk about after that. This one straight down the throat of Ramdu there, and they would have accepted that. This was a nice blue. Nothing anyone could do about that. That sailed out the ground for another KFC maximum, and that is how it ended. 148 for 8 from their 20 overs. It means Northside Future Stars, they would need 149 for a victory. And so we hope you stick around and we come back with their run chase to see if they could get to that match-winning total.
Here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. How important is it for the client to be recognized and not to feel invisible, to feel like just a number?
At GMMB, everybody is seen as an ideal, important client. And we give everybody the same level of respect, the same level of acknowledgement, and we deal with you to suit based on that vision of love.
GMMB.
It's banking for real.
When they want to get the inside information, they go to the real source, the team members. Let's hear what they're saying.
One of the joys that I have is calling someone and telling them you have that approval. We want to know our clients, the attention that we give the client feels that warmth.
We help you, the customer.
We are here to help you, achieve your dreams.
Client succeeding, it has helped the bank to succeed.
Lots of great information here. And yes, GMMB is a real bank.
This one? No. Hey, look, KFC has an incredible promo.
I already had that for lunch.
Crunch whoever isn't on board. Order KFC's Mega 6 Bucket for only $115. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. What about the connection with you and your team members?
It's top priority for me to have that clear understanding of who my team members are and building connections with them to ensure that they carry out the vision of what we are trying to achieve as a team, realizing opportunities for both the clients and ourselves.
GMMB.
It's banking for real.
Truth be told, here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. It seems to me there's a power in listening. It seems like that is a part of the mandate.
Of course. We need to listen to our clients. We need to hear what they need. We need to hear that they are satisfied, they are loved, they are feeling that GMMB culture.
GMMB.
It's banking for real.
Having that family lime at home, that cookout by the river, or you're just feeling to bubble up pot? Then Cans Poultry and Meats Limited has got you covered for all your meaty needs. Whether it be chicken, beef, steak, lamb, or even seafood, check Cans. They even have seasoning and condiments to complement your dish. So if you're looking for top quality meats at prices that wouldn't bust your pocket, then come on in to Cans today at any of their convenient locations.
Here at GMMB, love is the currency. and let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. How important is it for the client to be recognized and not to feel invisible, to feel like just a number?
At JMMB, everybody is seen as an ideal, important client. And we give everybody the same level of respect, the same level of acknowledgement, and we deal with you to suit based on that vision of love.
JMMB.
It's banking for real.
When they want to get the inside information, they go to the real source. The team members, let's hear what they're saying.
One of the joys that I have is calling someone and telling them you have that approval. We want to know our clients. The attention that we give the client feels that warmth.
We help you, the customer.
We are here to help you, achieve your dreams.
Client succeeding, it has helped the bank to succeed.
Lots of great information here. And yes, GMMB is a real bank.
This one? Hey, look, KFC has an incredible promo.
I already had that for lunch.
Crunch whoever isn't on board. Order KFC's Mega 6 Bucket for only $115. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. What about the connection with you and your team members?
It's top priority for me to have that clear understanding of who my team members are and building connections with them to ensure that they carry out the vision of what we are trying to achieve as a team, realizing opportunities for both the clients and ourselves.
JMMB.
It's banking for real.
Truth be told, here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. It seems to me there's a power in listening. It seems like that is a part of the mandate.
Of course. We need to listen to our clients. We need to hear what they need. We need to hear that they are satisfied, they are loved, they are feeling that JMMB culture.
JMMB.
It's banking for real.
Having that family lime at home, that cookout by the river, or you're just feeling to bubble up pot? Then Cans Poultry and Meats Limited has got you covered for all your meaty needs. Whether it be chicken, beef, steak, lamb, or even seafood, check Cans. They even have seasoning and condiments to complement your dish. So if you're looking for top quality meats at prices that wouldn't bust your pocket, then come on in to Cans today at any of their convenient locations.
Here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. How important is it for the client to be recognized and not to feel invisible, to feel like just a number?
At JMMB, everybody is seen as an ideal, important client. And we give everybody the same level of respect, the same level of acknowledgement, and we deal with you to suit based on that vision of love.
JMMB.
It's banking for real.
When they want to get the inside information, they go to the real source. The team members, let's hear what they're saying.
One of the joys that I have is calling someone and telling them you have that approval. We want to know our clients. The attention that we give the client feels that warmth.
We help you, the customer.
We are here to help you, achieve your dreams.
Client succeeding, it has helped the bank to succeed.
Lots of great information here. And yes, GMMB is a real bank.
This one? Hey, look, KFC has an incredible promo.
I already had that for lunch.
Crunch whoever isn't on board. Order KFC's Mega 6 Bucket for only $115. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. What about the connection with you and your team members?
It's top priority for me to have that clear understanding of who my team members are and building connections with them to ensure that they carry out the vision of what we are trying to achieve as a team, realizing opportunities for both the clients and ourselves.
JMMB.
It's banking for real.
Truth be told, here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. It seems to me there's a power in listening. It seems like that is a part of the mandate.
Of course. We need to listen to our clients. We need to hear what they need. We need to hear that they are satisfied, they are loved, they are feeling that JMMB culture.
JMMB.
It's banking for you.
Welcome back, and again we wish to thank our sponsors for making it possible, as they no doubt are very integral in all of this. KFC, JMMB, Cairns Poultry, Blue Waters, Dixie, Black and White Scotch Whisky, Beckles Environmental Services, and the Lion Brand from the National Flour Mills Limited. Thanking them so much for making it possible, and of course our production team here, Cricket 360, bringing you all the images. So we have Kwesi Fonelia is out there, and he's at the non-strikers end, wearing the number 12, and on top, Sukwa, Justice Sukwa. So again, now at this stage, well, it depends. It's going to require a very good bowling and fielding effort for the Savannah boys to really not just stay in this game, but to come and win the game here, because you would think they're about maybe 20 runs short of where they really need to be.
This is going to require a top bowling performance to do what no one else has done and bowl a side out, because if they bat the 20 overs, they're going to score the runs.
Mm-hmm. So the victory target again is 149. So 148 for 8 Savannah boys, and now it's up to the north side Future Stars to chase those runs. And that's a delivery outside the off stump there. Ramlal, Chaitram Ramlal.
Just give you an update on, is it Trevor Padilla who had the cramp? It was cramp. I went down to the dressing room and had a word with the skipper. I'll tell you after the next delivery.
And that's cracked away. That's a good shot. That has potential, but nicely fielded out there. And they'll come back for a second run. So good running between the wickets there as well.
Yeah, I spoke to Kendall Guerra as we watched this replay. He's the captain of the North Side Future Stars, and he said it wasn't a muscle pull because Trevor Padilla hasn't got any muscles. So that made the dressing room giggle.
I would imagine.
Actually, what he said was, yeah, no muscle.
He can't pull a muscle. And that's a quick delivery, and well played in the end, and he got it into the gap. That is even better, and it's running close to the boundary. It might have gotten there because I think it hit the ropes. And what a shot when you think about it. He was cramped, he was in all kind of trouble, and he still managed to squeeze it out in between the two fielders who were there, one at point and one at backward point. And down to the boundary it went for 4. Look at them, both of them there. And then it's a foot race to see who could overhaul it. And despite their best effort, and probably a lack of footballing skills, I would have to say there on the part of Naidu. And he picked up 4 runs, the first boundary of the innings.
Yeah, he played it well, didn't he? Nice punch off the back foot.
And again, this time he gets it through again. That one has even more power on it. And once it eludes him, it's 4 runs.
What do they oh, jingles, is it? The little things that the stadium announcer plays. And that one is, oh no.
Oh yes, and it's just bounces, and it screens past Riaf Ali. And again, he's feasting on those deliveries out there. Do they get a second run? They're going for it. They're going to have to hurry. And he does. So good running from Fornellier. He hasn't faced a ball just yet. But he's been very integral in this first over.
When he does get the bowling, he'll be tired.
Yes.
He hasn't faced the ball. Great start.
And another bit of scoring here. They might get a couple. And they do so quite comfortably in the end. So a very productive first over. And not the ideal start from Ramlal. 14 without loss after one.
You've got two quick, young runners out there who, the second that the ball comes off the bat, they've decided they're going to go for two. No hesitation in there, running up and down. And that puts a lot of pressure on the fielders. And 14 off your first over when you've got such a small score to defend is, well, not heartbreaking, but it's disheartening. So not the best of starts, I'm afraid, for the Savannah boys. But happy days for the Northside future stars who've started off with 14. Is it Castro that's going to...
Yes, Tishon Castro is going to pick up the attack. I suppose he recognizes he can't wait, so he has to come here now and see if he can't do something quickly.
I might have started with him, you know, the experienced player. Get the first over under your belt.
Set the tone.
Yeah, and hopefully just go for a couple of runs. We've already got 14. There he comes anyway.
And tucks him up a little bit, but again, good running, good sensible running on the part of these two. And to this point, most of the bulk of the scoring was done by Sukwa, but now Fornellier is off the mark. First ball he faced, he just tucked it away and took an easy single. So he's handing over the heavy lifting to his colleague, Jesse Sukwa, who seems quite at ease with that arrangement. And that's well played. Again, just guiding it. Didn't try to hit it too hard. Used Castro's pace against him. And once he got it into the gap, it was always going to be 4 runs.
This is... I'm going to pay a compliment to Richard Mohammed again. He's the groundsman here and Davo as well, because just look at this shot. This is nice bouncy track. It gets up there, just guides it down. Lovely, all along the ground. And this track has had 100 overs played on it. We had the 2 games and we've had the first 20 in this. This is 100 overs and playing really, really nicely. Just the same as the first night.
So 18 to Sukwa. And that one also comes off the edge, and that 2 is going to go for 4. He wasn't in control of that one, but they all count. What a start. But it hit the edge and it went down. That's the good thing. And
I think the term lightning fast is overused, but it's perfect and it's apt for this surface.
Castro, and trying his luck here now, and that's so out of character. He didn't need to try anything. He's been scoring so effortlessly, and just that little rush of blood there to try and create something when he didn't have to. He could have stayed where he was and do the same thing he did earlier, just open the face.
Yeah, if he'd waited on that one, that was another one to guide down that area.
And that's gorgeous, just stroking it. full face of the bat and just pushed it out. And got an easy single. Looks so much better than the ugly shot he had the ball before. It was in the air for a while, but nowhere near any of the fielders.
A little bit away from his body, but had a nice shape to it, and he middled it.
And that is even better from Fournier. They go for the second run. You're going to have to hurry. No!
Disaster.
And, well, once you send them back there, that was always going to be a hard run. And unfortunately, Jesse Sukwa is run out for 23. It was a good shot, but it was in the gap. Now, there was a bubble, but the first run, they didn't run the first one all that hard. But the good recovery from Naresh Prasad, and he sent a bullet there. Look at how late that decision not to go was. Once he got there, he was always in difficulty. And he was sent back, but he never made it back. And 24 for 1.
Well, that looked like the only way that he was going to get out. Played some lovely shots. And even the one that he played where he did get out, it was only with a good throw and that indecision that left him stranded. He's trying to get back in, but you have to turn and then make your way back. You have to create the speed to get back, and you think maybe Fournier could have kept running. He was already there. He had to stop, and once that happened, the pair of them almost met mid-pitch.
So Andre Medina is at the crease. Well, that was really a bad mishap there.
Medina, how did he go with his bowling? I can't remember. I'm not sure
Medina did very well, 1 for 13 from his 4.
So he's already played his part today, and now we spoke about number 3. I mean, everybody at home, you're all cricket watchers, so it's no surprise that when you've got the number 3 on your back, although he's not wearing number 3, but he's coming out at number 3, you're the man.
And again, trying to breach that ring that they have on the offside there. There's a slip, a backward point, a squarish point position, a man sweeping on the boundary. There's a cover and a short extra cover and a long off. That's the offside field, and trying to really stifle the batsman here is Ramlal, Chaitram Ramlal.
I'm glad that you pointed out that it's a short extra cover. That's important for the pressure.
And this one is driving and can't get the run though. The fielders are not. There are only 2 men out. There's a long off, and there is the man sweeping out in the cover boundary. But everybody in tight.
Whenever you have one who's really noticeably tighter, it makes it very, very tricky.
And again, they can't get it through the gap, so a very well set field. And it's going to take some breaching. You're going to have to place the ball well, probably have to apply some power as well.
And bit by bit, he's gone back to a more orthodox position.
And this time he's going with the power, got it past him. And they've gone for 1, but they're not going to attempt the second this time. I think the lesson learned.
That's a clever bit of fielding. I'm not sure whether the captain has told him that, but you start off really in short, so we call it a short extra cover, and then each ball, you just take a step back. So you've already put it in the batsman's mind that there isn't a single there, when really there is, because you've taken a step back every delivery.
And again, not able to take advantage of it. And That will complete the over. 26 for 1 now after 3.
When you want to get the inside information, you go to the real source, the team members. Let's hear what they're saying.
One of the joys that I have is calling someone and telling them you have that approval. We want to know our clients. The attention that we give the client feels that warmth.
We help you, the customer.
We are here to help you, achieve your dreams.
Client succeeding, it has helped the bank to succeed.
Lots of great information here. And yes, GMMB is a real bank.
So there it is. Early days yet. Andre Medina yet to get off the mark. Casey Fornelli is on 3. So 26 for 1 after 3.
Just as I was pointing out the current run rate and the required run rate changed. There it is again.
And this time he's going to get it into the gap. And a lovely opportunity. By the time the fielder from mid-off had to run around, they had more than enough time to complete that single.
Yeah, that was good cricket all round. Nice straight hit. They set off right away. Whoever it was that ran across to field picked it up cleanly, got it in, and the single was taken. That was nice.
So a good opportunity. Yeah, it was in fact Luke Ali who was doing the honors, scampering across to his right to do the fielding. Castro might have just lost his boot. And again, a big healthy edge. He is hitting the edge, but he doesn't have a slip. So he might probably invest in one.
It was deliberate, really, wasn't it? You could see that he stood up. He knew it was going to take the edge, and he gave it a good punch. Yeah, have a look at this.
And there is a third man, so it doesn't go for a boundary like we saw in one of the earlier games. I think the opening night, they didn't have a fine leg on the boundary. That's well played. There is cover out there, and they will have to settle for a single.
Nice hands. Picked that up nicely, didn't he?
Good cricket all round. We've seen a few blotches in the field.
I think I gave Medina a little bit more credit than he was due, because he had a quick look round after he'd hit that one down to third man, and that was a genuine thick edge.
And again, Castro, deceptively quick, does have a quick one and a quicker one.
Yeah, I really would have liked to have seen him bowl the first over. Of course, his first over wasn't that great, but if he could have come up with this as his first over, I think that would have set a better tone.
And that's gone. That's an almighty hit. And that one just screamed across the ground. Did it go all the way? Yes, it did. For a KFC maximum, and it just flew out the ground.
Onto the Digger Martin main road. Luckily, that little white Nissan Tida had passed.
Just in time.
Yeah.
Now, how did that get over the fence?
It went under. Yeah.
Well, it went for 6 and then it went under.
Yeah.
Trying to go across there, but a wide signal.
Stifled appeal down the leg side.
Trying to con the umpire.
Yeah, it was wide, wasn't it?
Letting him think there might have been an edge. Typical fast bowling response there from Castro. He pitched up and he got hit over long off. He said, well, let's see you play this one. And a slower one here, good variation from Castro there to end the over. 36 for 1 now after 4.
This one? No. Hey, look, KFC has an incredible promo.
I already had that for lunch.
Oh.
crunch whoever isn't on board. Order KFC's Mega 6 Bucket for only $115. KFC, it's finger licking good.
So just to give you a quick comparison here, after 4, the Savannah boys were 38 without loss.
Yeah, they had that good start, didn't they? From their bigger bats. They struggled after that. 113 off 96. That equation is going to look better and better.
And that's nicely played. That's into the gap. But again, their field is so well set that and after that run out, I don't think they're too keen on chancing it.
You know the area really well, so I'm going to ask you, we'll do it in between deliveries, a little bit about what people at the ground can see.
And that's a good delivery coming with the arm.
It's so dark around here, and you can see lights going up into the hillsides.
Yeah, because we're down in a valley here.
That settlement over there, and then a little one up.
Oh, that's Diamond Vale in this area. Again, nicely played. And a bit of misfielding there, but they're so apprehensive about running the second run that they never even bothered to entertain the idea of going for 2.
Yeah, it's not the biggest score. They've got it under reasonable control. It's you know, what do we say, 111 off 90 odd. This shouldn't scare them, in particular with the firepower that they've got to come.
Yeah, it's certainly well in hand right now. But again, you don't want to leave it too late. And especially with the fielding restrictions, you want to see if you could take advantage of that. And that's more like it. But once again, the fielders are strategically located. Castro is out there.
Ramdu's the man for me. He'll be warming up there, licking his lips.
And Ramlal again a little too short, yeah, giving him a little bit of swinging room, but can't take full advantage of it. But he gets another single, 40 for 1 now after 5.
At the end of over number 5, it's 40 for the loss of 1, 40 for the loss of 1 after 5.
Castro's gone for 21 off his 2. I just feel that if they've let a couple of batters go up in the order, you've got someone like Kyle Ramdu to come in, and if he gets off, it won't be long. And he's quite a destructive batter. I've seen him bat with Dexter Sween, and that combination, both really big hitters. Ramdu here could do some damage. It's just a young man, but big and strong. Who have we got coming on from the Martin Main Road?
It looks like it's Sanka. Mark Sanka is the new bowler. We'll try to verify that for you. Timal, yeah. Vijay Timal. So can he keep things tight here now and add even more pressure? Left arm throwing around and swinging right across. This one is out LBW. He swung right across at Medina, and he goes for 9. First ball. Yeah, you could see him. He just swiveled in the crease, didn't really go anywhere. Just kind of tried to play it from the crease. Went right across it. So a very brilliant start. See again, ball kept a little bit low as well. But a good shout and a positive response. Kendall Guerra. Akil Guerra.
Yeah. I was going to say he must have shrunk during the interval. First ball picked up a wicket. Left-handed Akil Guerra now to face his first delivery.
And again, kind of losing the handle. They're losing the grip on the handle. Finished up the ball, finished up the shot with one hand on the bat. We're bowling from over the wicket now is Timau. And that's a beauty.
A shout for caught behind, but the umpire decided no.
Yeah, going right through. Just see. Straight as a pin. And this time they're going to get the single, but that's brilliant work in the outfield there again. So they're really scrapping here now, fighting for everything, trying to keep the pressure on. Look at that effort, that's brilliant.
That was a good stop. Just a 1 run off the over. 2 balls to come. A wicket with his first delivery.
And that's another effort by the same fielder trying to get that one and couldn't haul it in. So it's close but not close enough there in the end for Katwaru. And El Katwaru diving there, and the ball is almost like a goalkeeper pushing it away. And look almost like Onana there. With the acrobatics. Can't get it through. Good sound coming off the bat, but can't get it through. That's the end of the power play. 6 completed. It's 42 for 2.
Here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversation. What about the connection with you and your team members?
It's top priority for me to have that clear understanding of who my team members are and building connections with them to ensure that they carry out the vision of what we are trying to achieve as a team, realizing opportunities for both the clients and ourselves.
GMMB.
It's banking for real.
Well, you might get your wish pretty soon.
He's padded up, is he?
Yep. And so too is Guerra, the captain. So
take your pick. Who's going to come first?
2 heavy hitters. out there, and it seems as if Ramlal is going to bowl out.
Yeah, well, he's gone for 19, which in the scheme of things is understandable.
And once again, because the field is so well set, they're having difficulties really doubling up, turning ones into twos. And Fonelia has been there for 14 deliveries for his 9 runs. The left-handed Guerra now to try and see if he could change the tempo here just a little bit, but he has to be careful. There's a long one and a deep mid-wicket waiting. And they will get one. They could get a second, but they're going to have to hurry. And Fonelia is not interested. He never looked like he wanted a second run. So Castro had to come a long way in, and but they decided one was enough. And again, so there's a kind of consistent theme right now. You hit it, but you only get in a single.
And they're not far off being able to settle for that runner ball, to be honest. They're going at just over a runner ball, and it's just over 7.5 and over. So a couple of big blows, and they've got it well under control.
And he is trying to go across the line with that one, and a strong appeal, but not out, says the umpire. Took his life in his hand there, momentarily, Guerra. And probably could be thanking his lucky stars. Might have been struck slightly outside the off stump, but very close to it. This time he strokes it again. But that familiar theme, just a single. So you're looking forward to tomorrow's game? The first game, Harvard Club against Ebony Sports Club.
Yeah,
that's a 2 o'clock game.
There should be a few people in.
Followed by Combined All-Stars Sports against Santa Cruz Sports. We saw them earlier. And more of the same. They'll jug a single.
All along the ground, yeah.
To end the over 7 completed, and Ramlal has bowled out. He has not for 24, and after 7 it's 47 for 2.
Yeah, going along nicely here. Just a run behind the required run rate, and you know that there's some big overs still to come. And quite a lot of people who've come in to support the Northside Future Stars. They've got good support. I suspect that we'll see quite a few more over the weekend for the games that Ruskin Mark has just mentioned. So don't miss out.
Yeah, that's a Harvard Sports Club as they make their first appearance this year in the tournament up against Ebony Sports and Cultural Club. And one Brian,
double header, isn't it?
Yep, and one Brian Charles Lara is expected to suit up for his former club, Harvard Sports Club. And that's the 2 p.m. game tomorrow afternoon. Although he lives in the Santa Cruz, he lived in the Santa Cruz area.
He could stand and play for the
but he could have played for Santa Cruz, play for Bugmalatris, or played and with a little luck he might have even played for North Coast. He's from that general area. So And that's good footballing skills there. He looked under threat for a moment there that he wasn't going to get across to it, but Samir Ali did very well. You could see his little feet moving quickly. And this time he's trying to get under it, but still not able to get it over the fence. So right now it's just been a proliferation of singles. Nothing to really write home about in terms of fireworks. They're just going about this in a very methodical way. And this man, Timal, is not giving them much to work with. He isn't putting enough pace on the ball, so they can't just go through the line willy-nilly. They have to apply the power. That one, and again, the timing is a little bit off. For a moment, they thought of a second run, and they might get it now. A little bit of misfielding there. The return was a strong one. In fact, it was so strong from Ramlal. It went over the keeper's head. And then it was misfielded by the man backing up. So just after I complimented him for his footwork, he bobbled it with his hands. Maybe he should have played it with the foot. And again, they will get another comfortable single. So there is this familiar pattern to the way they're batting. And if they can get 5, 6 and over, they'll be happy. That's going to keep them right within striking distance. And as Sheldon has said time and again, all you need is 1 or 2 big overs and then the equation changes. So they're up to 51 now, so they've gone past 50. And again, trying to advance, but tugging it on the onside for Nelia to end the over. So that is the end of 8 overs, and at the end of 8, it's 51 for 2.
Truth be told, here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. It seems to me there's a power in listening. It seems like that is a part of the mandate.
Of course. We need to listen to our clients. We need to hear what they need. We need to hear that they are satisfied, they are loved, they are feeling that JMMB culture.
JMMB.
It's banking for real.
So back here, Luke Ali is going to join the attack. So he did very well with the bat at the top of the innings with 39, a top score of 39. Now, can he add to that with a fine all-round performance by picking up a couple of wickets here now? And big play and a miss there by Guerra. So they really need to keep things very, very tight indeed. They can't give away too many extra runs. They don't have extra runs to play with. So they have it. It's under 100 required now. And they're going to have to hurry. And once you bubble it there, and Timal not able to deny them that single. So we've seen that shot time and again produce at least 1 run.
Did you get that feeling that the Savannah, the heads of the Savannah boys have just dropped a little?
Well, they they need to keep their spirits up. They're not out of the game by any stretch of the imagination. They just need to pick a few peppers and keep going. And that's not going to help.
I can't sense the bite, you know, the urgency from them.
That's a good stop in the end. And that's back past the bowler. Umpire take evasive action. And 4 runs. That was a real slap.
It was that Darren Coppin on the back foot.
Get out the way, umps. Even the bowler was
Yeah.
ducking for cover.
I'm leaving that, he said.
Yeah, you don't play with fire. And this time he goes aerial, but he could be out as the catch is taken out in the deep. And that looks like Castro out there to accept it. And after a big blow, he goes for 16 now for Nelia. So Ali gets the breakthrough. And just like that, they've lost wicket number 3 now. 57 for 3. So Kyle Ramdu is making his way out.
Yes, just the kind of player that you want coming in with this situation. There are a good number of runs on the board, 57 already. You've got 3 wickets down. You're past the power play, 8.4. You've got another over before you reach an over and a bit before you reach the halfway mark. And then you've got a whole 10 overs to squeeze out the remaining runs. So this is a nice position for a young, aggressive, big hitter batsman to be in. You knock it about 1 or 2, keep up with the run rate. It's still there, 6. They've just pushed up to 8, actually, so just gone over that 7. You don't want that going up any further, so a couple of big hits, bring it back under control, and then take it home.
So another left-hander is at the crease. Kai Ramdu joins Akib Guerra. Kende has been suggested by Sheldon. Can they now take the game by the scruff of the neck and take their team home? And Ramdu wasting no time at all in showing his capabilities.
Nice swing of the bat there.
So, you know, you're trying to figure out where we are in terms of well, we're right in the foothills of the Northern Range. If you go this way, you're probably going to end up in the ocean. You go up the hill.
All right, yeah.
And straight up there, you're going straight up. You have to go up, and it's right there. It's the end of the over, by the way. And at the end of 9, 58 for 1, 58 for 3 rather.
Nice graphic, 91 needed off 66 balls. A man like Ramdu will close that gap, and then, like as you said before, it will overtake with runs and balls. You want that swap round.
Okay, right behind us is the Maritone Steel Orchestra. You probably see their pans in their panyard right on the platform behind us.
I've walked past it a couple of times when I've gone to that little mini mart there.
Yep. There are a couple other single pan bands, and there's one small band up just ahead of us as you go back to, you're going towards the turnoff to get back on the highway. Just beyond there where the water wheel is. So a couple, there's a single pan band, and then there's a small conventional steel orchestra there. So, and of course, this area, they've produced some outstanding cricketers over the years. Of course, Saran Kunai was probably the second most famous name, because Anil Kanhai also originated from around here, so those two will stand out. Here's a quick delivery from Logan, Rivaldo from Logan, and to think for a moment of a second one, that's going to be a bye. So Ram Logan trying to work up some pace, you know, see if he could inject some pace into proceedings. But has to be careful though. If you put pace on the ball, and then if you give them width, they can use that against you. And umpires can also.
Narayan had a long think about that one, didn't he? And then look at it and thought, nah, sorry, that is a wide.
Can't let you get away with that. What is that going to do to my reputation? That's a much better delivery. Big play and a miss there. So Guerra, 14 balls faced, just for 7 runs so far. Not a blazing start by any means, but he's still there. That's the important thing. And once you're there, runs could come.
Oh, dear.
And a no ball signal there, and giving the wicketkeeper causing some discomfort. Ram Narayan. That's very high indeed, well over the waist. So this is part of what we've been talking about. You have to be so switched on. Everybody has to be. When you're trying to defend a small total like this, that one is hit and hit hard. That goes out of the ground for a 6. And that's Ramdu with a KFC maximum. Really took it from out of nowhere and just slammed it high over cover region for a big 6.
Yeah, as you've said before, the license is there. He can free his arms. They've only lost the 3 wickets. They're not chasing down the biggest score. That now is run rate 7, required run rate 7, balances it up with one hit.
And again, and he's going and he's gone again. That's another beautiful shot for 4.
Yeah, nice big space on the offside there. Wide of the man at extra cover.
Once it gets over his head, there's no stopping it. So he's quickly into double figures now. He's on 11.
Off the 4 deliveries.
Yep.
I think there's more to come.
And a good sensible cricket.
Lovely shot. Lovely shot. I'm not sure if we'll get a replay of this and why. I think it's a lovely shot. He's high up on his toes. He lets the ball come onto him. He just pushes it down, takes all the pace off it, and they will come through for a signal. Really, really nice shot. Nice shape to that. Knew exactly what he was doing. Good batting.
Takes him to 12. 7 to Guerra. And but he has to be a little more clinical than that. Just push it into the gap and get the single. The end of the over 10 completed. We're at the halfway stage. The players will get a bit of a refreshment, and we'll come back. It's 73 for the loss of 3 after 10.
Having that family lime at home, that cookout by the river, or you're just feeling to bubble up pot? Then Cans Poultry and Meats Limited has got you covered for all your meaty needs. Whether it be chicken, beef, steak, lamb, or even seafood, check Cans. They even have seasoning and condiments to complement your dish. So if you're looking for top quality meats at prices that wouldn't bust your pocket, then come on in to Cans today at any of their convenient locations.
Here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. How important is it for the client to be recognized and not to feel invisible, to feel like just a number?
At GMMB, everybody is seen as an ideal, important client. And we give everybody the same level of respect, the same level of acknowledgement, and we deal with you to suit based on that vision of love.
GMMB.
It's banking for real.
Truth be told, here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. It seems to me there's a power in listening. It seems like that is a part of the mandate.
Of course. We need to listen to our clients. We need to hear what they need. We need to hear that they are satisfied, they are loved, they are feeling that JMMB culture.
GMMB.
It's banking for real.
Here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. What about the connection with you and your team members?
It's top priority for me to have that clear understanding of who my team members are and building connections with them to ensure that they carry out the vision of what we are trying to achieve as a team, realizing opportunities for both the clients and ourselves.
GMMB.
It's banking for real.
This one? No. Hey, look, KFC has an incredible promo.
I already had that for lunch.
Crunch whoever isn't on board. Order KFC's Mega 6 bucket for only $115. KFC, it's finger licking good.
When you want to get the inside information, you go to the real source, the team members. Let's hear what they're saying.
One of the joys that I have is calling someone and telling them you have that approval. We want to know our clients. The attention that we give the client feels that warmth.
We help you, the customer.
We are here to help you, achieve your dreams.
Clients succeeding, it has helped the bank to succeed.
Lots of great information here. And yes, GMMB is a real bank.
So as we welcome you back here, it's 73 for 3. 10 overs completed, so we're at the halfway stage, and there's not much between the two teams because after 10 overs, when they batted, the Savannah boys were 74 for 2.
Yeah, on paper, things look really balanced, but the feel of the game is that they've got this under control. And in the last over, you saw when Ramdu began to free his arms. I think that's a taste of things to come.
And that's more like it. They should get 2 runs comfortably there. There's a man who has to run from square leg, and he seemed to have hurt himself as well, yeah, as he was coming in there. And again, if they were really putting pressure on him, that might have been, they could have probably even forced him to do something rash. Just to give you a quick update here, 68 for 4, the Knight Riders in their CPL encounter against the Barbados Royals.
Oh, they started playing. There was a rain delay, wasn't there?
Monroe 4, Hales 15, Joshua De Silva 7. They're the men out so far. And Casey Carty for 8. Nicholas Puran is not out 17, and Karen Pollard is not out 15. And they're in over number 11. And here's another big swing and a miss. Didn't miss by much there. Ali. So 75 for 3. Can they really just make things easy for them by pushing the scoring along? Once Ramdu is there, you know that they're going to do precisely that. As long as he sticks around for any extended period of time, the runs will come. He's not the type of batsman to just sit and block. He's going to want to dominate. That's well played. That's a brilliant shot. That could net him 4 runs. In fact, it will. That is a good shot. He just kind of waited on it, and as it got in line with him and just going past him, he just dropped the bat and it hit it square, pierced the gap between the point and the cover fielders. 4 good-looking runs to Guerra. He now is into double figures on T11. 80 for 3.
They can afford to be a little bit conservative because the target's not that big.
And again, this time goes down to third man. That too is going to run away for 4. So back-to-back boundaries for Guerra after not being able to really find the middle of the bat prior. All of a sudden, he's picked up 2 quick boundaries. Strange old game, this cricket. And that ends the over, and at the end of 11, it's 80 for 3 now.
Yeah, these two beginning to enjoy themselves out there. And we keep talking about the license to free your arms and go for it. They've definitely got that. 80 for 3. 7, or just over 7 is the current run rate, and just over 7 is the required run rate. So they've stayed up with things. 11 overs to go, and you know that they're going to push hard. That is Padilla, who's up with his parents. There's Mummy looking after his leg. How nice is that?
Well, he got 4 wickets, so she could pamper him a bit. That's my son.
We've seen a couple of mums, haven't we, coming to see their boys in action. Mrs. Davis was here last night looking at Joshua. Trevor's mum's up in the stands. Trevor's dad is there as well, you can tell. He's got a big Padilla shirt on. Biggest fan. Next to his mum is his biggest fan.
So Rivaldo Ramlogan is going to continue. He's under the pump here. That's another brilliant shot. And they should come back for a second. And they will get it too. He has to throw that ball from a long way out. I don't know why Guerra was hinting that it might not have been 2 runs. He has to throw that from almost on the boundary. And that ball was going to take some effort to get it back to the keeper.
Good stop. Sliding around out there. That's the 2 areas I spoke about, Ruskin. One is out there in the deep.
And trying to go after it, but it was wide.
And the other is down where our cameraman is.
Down in that long off, long on area there.
Yeah, those 2 have been a little bit soggy.
Well, if you notice, they're kind of like on the extremities of the field. So when the water runs off...
And it has got that shape.
Yeah,
talking about that last night, weren't you?
Yeah, it tends to run into those areas there. So there might be a little settling. Let's do that again. So that's the pressure of a batsman like Ramdu. That's what he puts on the bowler. Because you can't give him anything to work with. But you can't keep feeding him wides as well. And that's played nicely again now. There's a new field out there. He bubbles, and the result is the same.
Wouldn't have made any difference. The keeper is, indicating that it should have gone to the other end. You've got the gloves, and the other, batsman was comfortably in. There wasn't a problem there.
So they're on to 90 now for 3. As the required rate is at 6.81. They're currently going at 7.94.
Yeah, turning it round now.
And that one is gone over the head for another KFC maximum. For a moment, Amir Ali thought he had a chance. With an offer. Thank you very much.
Yes, this could get ugly here, Ruskin. Both batters really fancy their chances here of finishing this off early.
96 for 3 now. And this one is going to run down for 4. Well, it's all happening here now. 4 wides.
I didn't think it would be this ugly.
And not much that Ramnarayan could do about that. He's not the nimblest. Once that ball pitched in front of him, it was very, very difficult for him. So 101 now for 3. So all of a sudden, things have taken on a drastic change. So already in this over, they've picked up 17 so far. And he still has 3 legal deliveries.
Yeah, if this... Sorry, go on.
No, I'm just saying he still has 3 legal deliveries to bowl.
Yeah, if there was ever a time when you could say that something broke the camel's back.
And they're going to get another comfortable single here. They really time it as well, Ramdu. Probably would be disappointed.
And, it's not often that you get the situation where both batsmen, you don't want either of them on strike if you're a bowler. And both of these are going at it now. Ramdu had already hit a few, so he's 26 off 13. He's in good plus territory. Garrett's got to do a bit of catching up.
And that he will.
Yeah.
And that one is going to run close to the boundary, and it does go into the wide third man boundary for 4 more. What an expensive over this is turning out to be. You've been asking for a big one.
Yeah, not finished yet.
Too much width. Batsmen are just waiting on him outside there. And they're taking advantage. So Guerra now goes to 19 from 19. And 43 from 49 now required. And so he ends it there. Not for 35 from his 2 overs. And at the end of 12, it's 106 for 3.
Having that family lime at home, that cookout by the river, or you're just feeling to bubble up pot? Then Cans Poultry and Meats Limited has got you covered for all your meaty needs. Whether it be chicken, beef, steak, lamb, or even seafood, check Cans. They even have seasoning and condiments to complement your dish. So if you're looking for top quality meats at prices that wouldn't bust your pocket, then come on in to Cans today at any of their convenient locations.
It looks like Luke Ali is going to continue. And Ramdu, who's on 26 from 13, is getting ready to take strike here as we start the 13th over. A chance for another easy single. And every time the ball goes into the outfield, like when it travels along the ground, you see the bowlers having to dry the ball. And, so it creates even more of a problem. They're drying the ball and drying their hands as well. And they will get another comfortable single. This is very good cricket. They're really taking the game away from the Savannah boys.
The other thing is that you can't use your own clothing for drying, because all these modern materials just soak up perspiration. So you're rubbing the damp ball on damp clothing.
And was shot in the dark there. He was trying to punch that through the offside, but they all count.
And then if you do have the towel, or what do they call it, the rag, you do have a little towel there, it so quickly soaks up. Very difficult to keep the ball dry.
Still, in this over, neither batsman really been able to time the ball very well. And that's a testament to the length that Ali is bowling. He's bowling a pretty decent length. And a good line as well, just outside that off stump. And uncorks a reverse, but is unable to score from it. 13 gone, it's 109 for 3.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't that the first attempted reverse that we've seen
tonight? I think we saw one yesterday.
It
didn't work as
yesterday?
well.
Yeah.
So it didn't work then, and it didn't work tonight either.
Haven't seen the ramp either. A few people might get inventive as the week goes on. 40 off 42. We're really coming to that point where the point of no return, I'm afraid, for the Savannah boys. The North Side Future Stars looking nice and comfortable.
So
And
Tishan Castro is going to come back now. They have no choice.
no choice, yeah, no choice.
So 40 from 42, and as indicated, they need fewer runs than they have balls available to them. Castro really has to pull something out of the hat here, out of the hat, out of his back pocket, out of his ear. He's got to pull it from somewhere.
Let's not go any further.
I was running out of locations.
I think there might be a couple left.
And not there. And because that is meat and potatoes, as they say for Ramdu.
And he hits hard.
He's a strong fellow.
Yeah.
So he goes to 32 now.
Healthy, isn't it? 32-17. That's the balance you want.
And that's nicely played. Good cricketing shot. And showing his capabilities as a former national youth cricketer, knows what it is to be out there in the middle, doing battle.
Credit to a lot of the players here who've never reached that level, but are still on the same park. It's good for them to be out there and see this kind of quality.
And more runs here now. This may not get to the boundary.
Good chase.
But It's going to be two, and Ramdu wants a third, but again, not too interested. So good little deflection there on the part of Guerra. And that's a good take, an excellent take from the big fella at the back, Ram Narain. Hasn't had the best of outings with the glove. Made 21 with the bat. So shows that he can do a little with the bat. And the ball barely gets off the square, but the field is so spread that it's an easy single to keep the scoreboard ticking over. So Ramdu goes to Ramdu, who's on 33, that comes on strike. Guerra goes to 23. 117 for 3 now. They need 32 from here. Make that 31, maybe 30. They're going back for the second run, yes. He's going to have to hurry. The return is at the bowler's end, and they might actually get a third run. Well.
And that's all down to Kyle Ramdu. He pushed the second, and then he really pushed the third. And we know why. he's kept the strike.
There's a reason. There's a method to the madness. At the end of 14, it's 120 for 3.
Here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. How important is it for the client to be recognized and not to feel invisible, to feel like just a number?
At GMMB, everybody is seen as an ideal, important client. And we give everybody the same level of respect, the same level of acknowledgement, and we deal with you to suit based on that vision of love.
GMMB.
It's banking for you.
So things are moving around quickly now. .36 to Ramdu, so he's really trying to put the finishing touches here. They need a further 29 runs from 36 deliveries. They got 35 deliveries. And that's another gorgeous shot. But they'll settle for the single.
121 for 3. 121 for 3. 28.5 from 24.
So 121 for 3 now. So they're just ticking over nicely. Need a further 28 runs. And not a bad delivery. Again. TKO just ticking over themselves, 93 for 4. And it's going to have to hurry, but he's able to get there. Not much that they could do about that. That was pushed just to the right of Samir Ali, and they were able to pick up a quick single.
Brings Kyle Ramdu back on strike. 122 for 3. Couple of balls left in this alley over.
And again, it seems like he's perfecting that shot, shaping the play through the offside. It ends up going on the onside for a single. And that's very well played. Into the gap it goes, and they're going to amble a second run. So good cricket all round, and certainly almost toying with the opposition right now, taking singles and twos at will. So 125 for 3 now after 15.
And Kyle Ramdu finds himself on strike again at the beginning of the over. He came back for that second run quickly, knowing that it would put him back on strike. Didn't want the single, wanted the second. 26 off 31 deliveries. I think it's just on 5 and over now.
And I could tell you that the former national football team, also known as the Strike Squad, which narrowly failed to qualify for the World Cup, one of the defenders from that team became the third former Strike Squad player to pass away. Ricky Nelson from Tobago, originally from Tobago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yep, so it's Ricky Nelson, Dwight York, and Colvin Hutchinson. They were the 3 Tobago players who were in the Strike Squad setup. Nelson wasn't a starter, but you know, he was always there, and whenever he got his opportunities, he performed well for TNT. So condolences to his family. Member of the Trinidad and Tobago Defence Force as well. He's like one of 8 or 9 Defence Force players who were in that Strike Squad.
A little bit of drizzle around somewhere. Can't see any out on the field, and the lights, you normally get to see it under the lights, so maybe it's just on the Digger Martin main road.
Well, that might just force Ramdu
to get on with it.
Yeah, to don't mess around. You pretty much have the game in hand. Is to just, let's see if we could go for broke here now.
It's only 9:30 as well. Still early.
Yeah, could still catch a movie. The Late Show. And another comfortable single. So forget all that Sheldon and I are talking here. These two are going about things their own little methodical way.
One of the nice things about Kyle Ramdu is he looks to get on strike, and he gives the impression that it's the big shot that he's going to come up with, but he plays the ball on its merits. He's taken singles continually when he's been on strike. So one, you get the rotation of strike, and the second thing is his teammate has been hitting a few big shots as well, so good news all round.
And that's been a prolific area for both of them. Just open the face, pushed it square, take the single. We've seen that time and time again.
Just under 5 and over now.
So Tishon Castro trying here, bending his back. This is his final over, not for 34 so far.
Good delivery.
Bit of feel into his own bowling as well. So again, folks, tomorrow is a big day, the first doubleheader of this year's tournament. 2 o'clock and 6:30, the start times. And here he goes again with that familiar shot. Look to play through the offside and have it come off the inner edge or the under edge. And trickle behind him on the onside. So Castro looking for small moral victories here. What he would really like is a wicket. But he's not going to get it there. Ramdu is 2 in tune at the moment. You know, when you think of the name Ramdu, the Ramdu family is a good footballing family. They have produced some outstanding footballers over the years. I know Ken Ramdu, who's also a very good cook, a good chef. As played with Essex, and there they go again for another easy single. So it's almost like taking candy from a baby right now. They're just going through the motions. 129 for 3 after 16.
Truth be told, here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. It seems to me there's a power in listening. It seems like that is a part of the mandate.
Of course. We need to listen to our clients. We need to hear what they need. We need to hear that they are satisfied, they are loved, they are feeling that JMMB culture.
JMMB.
It's banking for real.
I like the mix of big power hitting when the occasion allows it from Ramdu, and the nice touches and pushes, nice drives just for one. You know, he's got some stuff about him.
He's done well. Those are the 3 wickets to fall. Sukwa unfortunately run out for 23. Fornelia for 16. And caught off the bowling of Ali. Good catch by Tishan Castro in the deep. And then Andre Medina, LBW to Timal for 9. Wickets falling at 24, 40 and 57. It's 129 for 3 now. So the end is near. How near? As we say, as they say up the islands in Jamaica, soon come. That's well played again for another comfortable single. So Guerra ticks on to 29. And Ram Logan looking for answers here. How can he get a breakthrough? So Rivaldo Ram Logan trying to maybe plant a seed in the batsman's mind that he's developing a new plan, shifting fielders. He has a short fine leg, a deep square leg. He has a mid-on the onside, just at the edge of the circle. There's a long off on the boundary. There's a cover on the boundary. There's a third man on the boundary. And there's even a third man. This one is in the air, but it's going to fall safely. And they might come back for a second. Yes, they will. And they'll be content with those 2. And, but they do have there's a third man, fine, almost like a long stump, as we would say. And then there's a third man, a deep third man, almost a deep backward point on the boundary. And then there's a cover on the boundary as well. So a heavy offside field, just 3 on the onside. And this one, they take the bye. The wicketkeeper can't get it, and Ramdu for a moment thought about going back for a second bye. But they settle for 1. $133 now for 3. 16 from 21. Still ahead of the game. So again, congrats to Piers, Tent and Scaffolding for supporting the Northside Future Stars. And these 2 really not, it's almost like they've committed themselves to seeing this through. They're not prepared to take any unnecessary risks. And Savannah Boys are sponsored in this game by Team Devo. That's well played, but good cover out in the deep. Naresh Prasad doing well.
I wonder how many singles Kyle Ramdu has taken. Quite a few. He's got no problem at all in stroking the ball around. The situation of the game allows that. And when he can free his arms and come up with a big one, you'll grab at it. But apart from that, just knock it about.
And that's nicely played, but again, didn't really time it as well as he would have liked the Guerra, but he'll take the single all the same as the over comes to an end. And at the end of 17, it's 136 for 3.
This one? No. Hey, look, KFC has an incredible promo.
I already had that for lunch.
Crunch whoever isn't on board. Order KFC's Mega 6 Bucket for only $115. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Is it 71 is their partnership now? They've put together a nice little partnership. And looking to see it home.
Yeah, he's been very patient, Ramdu.
Vijay Timau is back into the attack now, trying to see if he can't pick up pepper here and break this partnership. Almost finding a thickest outside edge.
I know that I've said you want to have a plus balance as far as runs scored and balls faced, but in this situation, this is perfect from Akil Guerra.
And they're going to go for the single. He has to hurry, and it struck the fielder who might have been blocking the stumps. Had it missed him, it probably would have hit the stump. It was a good bit of fielding. They were in two minds. They eventually decided to go for it. He took, watch this here, the ball hit the fielder and trickled past the stumps. Well, when it's not your day, it's not your day.
Lack of experience there. You're standing in front of the stumps.
Get your foot out of the way. And there he goes. That's gone. In the road. It goes a KFC maximum from Kyle Ramdu, pushes him on to 49. One away from a deserved half century. That one was right up in his wagon wheel there. All he had to do was just help himself.
Yep, onto the Digger Martin main road.
Again, great camera work once more. I think because there is a spectator in the road, but I don't know if the ball is in the road. It might have gone into the neighbor's yard.
Possible.
And I don't know if anybody is up watching cricket at this stage.
Well, there's whoever it was at the, the left-hander, so that would have been long off, yeah. And tall chap has just walked past. He hasn't looked as though he's been
following the cricket.
Yeah, or invited to pick up a ball. So he just strolled past, and there are a couple of people out there.
Yeah, when I see that, he must be a footballer. If it was a bigger ball, he probably would have been interested.
They'll be taking it.
Yep. Yeah, right now he's just strolling past. I think the third umpire has provided a replacement ball.
Yeah.
143. They could run a second run here if they want it, but they decide against it. So that's his 50 now.
Very well played by Kyle Ramdu. Nice and measured, a lot more mature an innings than I've seen him play in the past. Never looked in any trouble, and I can't really remember him having played a false shot. There may have been a run-out chance in there somewhere, but apart from that, he's looked very solid.
So 5 needed from 14 balls. 1 swing away. And that one is cracked away nicely, and just a single. They might go for the second. They will, in fact, and they will get it quite comfortable. They might get more.
That's the
There
runs.
is nobody down there. It's going close to the boundary. That is 3. They're going to run 4, and if they run hard, they're going to get the 5th run. So if they go back for it, they will get the 5th run, and they will get it 2. So that is the match. A bizarre ending to this one, because I'm almost sure they ran 5 runs. Yep, they ran 5. So I'm almost certain the game should be over, but the umpires will still play on. So it's 149 for 3 right
He
now.
did run 5.
The 149 is the victory target. So, unless there is a difference with the official scoring.
Yes, they must have something different on field.
So, I think they miscalculated the number of runs they ran. That's probably where it was, but I think they ran 5. So this is what I'm saying. That is the game.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah, you know. So splendid effort in the end, and getting to 149 for the loss of 3 wickets. So victory by 7 wickets to the Northside Future Stars. And congratulations to them. Again, the Piers Tent and Scaffolding Northside Future Stars coming up with a big victory to start their campaign in this year's North Zone T20 Festival.
Yeah, the Northside Future Stars captain Kendall Guerra making the right choice at the toss, and from there on they looked like the team to beat. They kept the Savannah boys down to a score that really never looked as though it was going to challenge them. And then when the big partnership of Ramdu and
Guerra
came together, that was pretty much it. I'm going to leave you with the wrap up with Ruskin Mark.
Okay, thank you very much. So 37 not out to Akil Guerra, 50 not out to Kyle Ramdu, and a comfortable victory in the end for the Northside Future Stars outfit, and their supporters overjoyed, as they should be at this stage. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors: KFC, GMMB, Cairns Poultry, Blue Waters, Dixie, Black and White, Scotch Whisky, Beckles Environmental Services, Lion Brand from National Flour Mills Limited, and of course the 2 sponsors of the 2 teams tonight, the Pier Tent and Scaffolding Northside Future Stars and Team Devo Savannah Boys. So let's take a look back at how we got here. And this was an early return catch taken beautifully in the end there by Medina. Cotton Bowl, Castro going for 12. And but Luke Ali and Naresh Prasad stitched together a little partnership. Some good beefy blows. And then he went right across the stumps there and was LBW Guerra. Luke Ali goes for 39. But again, Ram Narayan came and struck a couple of big ones. And the big fella was wielding a big stick. and cranking it up a couple times and give his team hope. And this is not, you didn't want to see this too often. The turn did him in, but Padilla came and he was very, very instrumental in restricting the progress here. Ramnarayan goes bowled all over the shop there by Padilla. And the young man ended up with 4 wickets in the end. And this is the third one, a good catch on the second attempt. He bobbled it and then he grabbed it before he could hit the turf. And then just at the dregs here, good catch out in the deep here. James taking a good catch. That was the end of Naidu for 1. And they just couldn't go. And this is Ramdu with a good bullet return and trying to get in there, but not able to do so. Ram Logan goes for 13. And brilliant effort here by Padilla. He hurt himself here, but he had already taken his 4 wickets at that stage, 4 for 20. And in the end, Ramdu coming up with that catch to get rid of Amir Ali for 9. And that's how it ended here. In reply, the Northside Future Stars got off to a cautious start. They didn't really set the place alight early on, but they were scoring at critical junctures. A misfield here, a little bubble, they took 2. And when they got something in the arc, they blazed it away. And this one kept a bit low, and the umpire right on spot there with the LBW. Medina goes for 9, but Kyle Ramdu came. He, together with Akil Guerra, stitched together a wonderful partnership that saw them cruise home in the end. And this was one of the big hits of the game just before the close, and that put them in a very strong position. Back-to-back hits out into the deep, and this is when they ran 5 to end the game, and that was the overthrow. That would have been 2 runs there. Then they ran, this is the 3rd one. They touched down there. By now they're running the 4th run. And then just at the death, they decided, hey, let's just go and let's get the 5th one. The return is an underarm return. And that should have been the end of the game. They did bowl one last ball, and then I think the umpires realized that it was 149 for 3, and they needed 149 for the victory, and that is exactly what they got here. So 37 not out to Guerra, 50 not out to Kyle Ramdu, as they stitched together a 92-run partnership that saw them over the line with quite a bit to spare in the end. So congratulations to them. And so we have the fan of the match making her way down to receive her prize. She gets a little hamper. Is it an NFM hamper? I'm not absolutely certain. Look like it have some good goodies in there. So the fun of the game, the fun of the match for tonight.
And a key role in the bowling attack for Northside Future Stars, with bowling figures of 4 overs, no leaders, 4 wickets for 20 runs. Your man of the match, Trevor Padilla.
So no doubt here who the man of the match was. This young man really did a fantastic job. Trevor Padilla with 4 for 20 from his 4 overs. And although he went off with some cramp, he certainly is deserving of this recognition. So and of course, congratulations to him on his Man of the Match award. So that is the situation here, folks. Remember to join us tomorrow from 2 o'clock when we'll have the first doubleheader of the tournament, the Harvard Club. And the anticipation is that Brian Charles Lara will line up for them up against Ebony Sports and Cultural Club. That's a 2 o'clock start. And then at 6:30, Combined All-Star Sports up against Santa Cruz Sports in the second game of the double header. So we see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock.